Okay.
All right. Hey, Michaela, you want to take it away?
Sure.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Sorry for the late start. What are we, like 15 minutes behind? My name is Michaela Delernia. I've been with Young Living since I think April of 2020. Alexis, who's also on this call, actually, I think had made a post about it, and I was super interested in her diffuser. I've always loved diffusing essential oils, even the store-bought ones at first until I learned the right thing. But I was going through a lot in that time. I just came back from Italy after having my baby 3 months early, and I was stuck in Italy, actually living there for 3 months with my partner. And we were in the hospital all day long. I didn't have family or friends. I didn't really have anyone. So my postpartum depression was pretty bad. And I didn't realize that Alexis introducing me to Young Living would give me so many options naturally, which is what I've always wanted for my depression, to help me. And I've always gone to the doctors with my depression and anxiety, and they've always offered medications, but I've never took them because I don't want to be a zombie. I just didn't want to have to take a medication, and it changed me completely. So finding this more natural option was definitely a big win for me. And I've always wanted to be more organic, but always scared to dive in and have to make everything from scratch and this and that. And that's kind of why I wanted to put this class together, was just to show you how this company has products that are already pretty much made for you, or it only takes 5 minutes or less to make these things for our home. So that's what I love about this company and the community that I've gained that also helped me with my depression. I mean, I would have never met Brittany or Bailey outside of this, and they're just so sweet. Like, and I love them. So having this community, as well as like leaders who actually care about you and are there to answer your questions when you need help, or the groups with our Facebook groups, I think everyone is pretty much on those. Those were super helpful for me. If you're like me and you don't want to bug somebody too much, I always went to those Facebook groups and just scrolled or went through and watched videos, showed up to classes, and it just really took me into a deep dive of how much more there is. And I really just love everything about this company and the people and the products. So that's my story.
I can go next. I was going to say, because I helped Michaela get started. So my name is Alexis, if we haven't met in person, or if we haven't met even virtually. So I started getting into Young Living almost a year before Michaela did. So it must have been May of 2019. And basically, we just were looking for like natural cleaning products, and we just wanted something that was really easy and simple, and that's just, you know, so much better for our health and for our house, and especially for our dogs. Like it sounds silly, but my main motivation was like, I just wanted to be able to mop my floors and not worry about my dogs like going and like licking up chemicals or stepping in it, and like soaking it all up and like laying in it. And then it occurred to me after the fact that like when we mop our floors, like we walk in it, like we're stepping in it, like we're subjecting ourselves to the toxins too. So we have come a long way and learned a lot since then. And then a few months after I got my oils and like my cleaning products, I actually had like a health situation that I really needed the oils for. I was bit by a tick, and it would lead to like a lot of disease in my body. And I was able to catch it really soon and start to reverse all of the symptoms. And today, with the help of like oils and just this whole lifestyle change in general, I'm like completely symptom free now. So I fully believe that the oils came to me at exactly the right timing that they were supposed to for my situation. And I hope that you guys are able to like experience the oils that the way that we have been able to ourselves. So anyway, again, my name is Alexis, and I can't wait to share everything with you guys tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, so I can go next because it was my sister who got Alexa started. No, I'm super excited to be here too because, well, I feel like I'm like an old person around here because I've been in Young Living for a lot longer than these guys. I've been in here since 2014, I think it was. But we've been using oils since I was, I don't know, probably like 10 or I don't know. My mom can probably say the exact amount of time we were using them because she got started with them a lot earlier. But I got started because I was actually really sick. I had a lot of stomach issues where I could hardly eat anything without being in a lot of pain. I was having back issues. I was having really bad anxiety where I was having panic attacks all the time. And so I was at just a point where I was kind of like desperate for a change, but I didn't know what I could change because I thought oils and natural health stuff was so woo-woo. And I was like, there's no way that those things are gonna work. Like, I've always eaten Nesquik. I've always used my cleaning products. Like my mom used those cleaning products. So there was no way that those things like were the things that were causing my issues. That was what I thought. But luckily people were patient with me and they kept telling me that there was a better way. And so if you have somebody that you know that is just anti all of this stuff, you guys take heart, be patient with them because I was that person. So I ended up actually going to a friend's house, one of my mom's friend's house, and she put Valor oil on a needle and she did ear acupuncture with Valor on it. And that was my first like aha moment with oils. It was the first time I felt something totally different inside where I was like, oh my gosh, this, like they're actually onto something. And so I started changing my diet. I threw away all of my stuff all in one sweep, got rid of everything, all of the toxic products in my house, which if that's you too, I'm all or nothing type of person in some ways. And so like I had to get it all out. And so that's a really great way to do it. But there's also different ways where you can kind of go room by room and get things out as you can. And so there's no wrong way to do this, but that was how I like totally changed my life. And I wouldn't be here today in the same way that I am now today if it weren't for Young Living. So super thankful for that and just the community that has come with this lifestyle.
Yeah, and I think I've been in it just a tiny bit longer than you, Brittany. So I'm an old timer with you. It was 2013. So, but yeah, I started, I always thought we kind of lived healthier, but then you don't realize just the things that are in little things like your cleaners, your lotions, just stuff we use every day. And actually, I lost my sister to cancer in 2012, the year before that. And that's kind of what totally changed our life around. Like we were like, okay, we got to change things. Something's not right here. So we started, eating organic and trying different things. And then I went to a little class at our health food store and they were talking about these essential oils. I'd never heard about them really. I didn't know much about it. So I got my diffuser and started playing around with it. And then I just started, like Brittany said, I started making those swaps, like just switching out different things. Because when you realize the effects that they have, whether it's big or small, whether it is something tragic like we had happen in our family, or if it's just small things like asthma, allergies, hormones, all these little things, that all those ingredients, just little bits here and there, are affecting our health. So that was our big thing. And it's been amazing. Like, I can't even tell you, I can't even imagine like what I would do, like if I didn't have my Thieves cleaner, if I didn't have my diffuser and all that stuff. So it's just made a big impact on our life, where it was like health issues that I didn't even realize I had. I just thought might be normal. And now we don't struggle with those things anymore. So it's been great. And yeah, I'm so happy I had to hang out with you girls on a Thursday night like this. So just the fun part of getting to see everybody.
I love that too. I love how when you get into this type of lifestyle, it's like it starts making you think about things in a different way than you would have ever thought before. So that's really cool. And so I want to go into a little bit about the chemical background with this. And so why we do all of these things and what's in our products. And so if you haven't heard this, our generation is seeking a change. And our generation faces a totally different set of problems than any other generation before. Have you guys realized this? So like even before the whole pandemic thing that's been going on, which is actually causing even more toxic overload than before because of how much we're sanitizing, especially with like toxic chemicals and sprays and different things. Before that, even before all of this, they were already saying that that the children of our generation, of this generation that's coming up, you guys, they're exposed to more toxins in one day than their grandparents were in their entire lives. That is like insane in itself. And so I remember always hearing a lot of people, I often will hear people say, well, I always did that, so it must be fine. I grew up fine, you know, like everything is good. And so I just want to like show that you guys, we live in a different world than what our grandparents lived in. And so if you guys didn't know, the number 2 cause of death in the United States right now is cancer. Around 1,620 people die every single day of cancer. And actually, I think that is an older statistic. It's even more now. And so the cool part about this lifestyle is that so much of this is in our control. So the American Cancer Society says that 5 to 10% of all cancers are actually genetic. And so the other 95% is actually linked to our diet and our environment. So this is something that's amazing, actually, because this means that we can actually make changes in our lives that can affect how we feel and how we live our lives, basically, and what happens to us. And so since it's been confirmed that 95% of cancers are directly linked to our environment, I started wanting to figure out, like, what does that mean, right? And why is this even happening? So in 1976, the Toxic Substance Control Act grandfathered in over 100,000 different chemicals. This is a lot of chemicals. And so these chemicals are allowed by law to be sold to us every single day in our grocery stores and all over the US, okay? So the American household, it contains over 1,000 different chemicals just in our homes. So I remember thinking when I was like getting an apartment and I was buying all of these chemicals, I didn't actually realize that I had that many chemicals until I switched out my lifestyle. I had, you guys, this huge box of chemicals in my house that at the time I didn't know was causing a lot of problems. And then I switched it out for one thing. And so we're going to get into what that one thing is. But what is crazy is that there's over 7 million chemical poisonings reported each year. That is a lot as well. And so over 7 million of these, over 75% of these are children under the age of 6. And the number 1 cause of this is actually household cleaners. So that just makes me think about like my nieces and my nephews and like having them over at my house. That just like kills me. And so I'm so thankful for this lifestyle and that we don't have that in our house anymore. So these toxins, they're found in lots of different things. And so they're found in our household cleaners, our shampoos, conditioners, baby wash, lotions, creams, toothpaste, sunscreens, scented candles, all the things. And they cause something called body burden. And so body burden, it shows up in a lot of different ways, but for most people, it's not something as catastrophic as cancer, but it might be eczema, skin irritants, acne, coughing, asthma, migraines, hormone disruption. This one's really big for women. So if you're dealing with any type of PMS, that is actually not normal. And we can talk about how you can get rid of that. There's things like endometriosis, low testosterone, PCOS, thyroid issues, depression, ADHD, and allergies. You guys, this is all can be related to body burden and just toxic exposure. And so body burden, all that means is that you are exposed to a tiny bit of toxic chemicals every single day over a period of time that our bodies, it just can't get rid of it fast enough. And so over time, our body stores it in like our fat cells and in different places in our body. And so that's why it'll then show up as some of these different things. So, do you want me to go into like greenwashing and stuff too?
I wouldn't mind that. Just so, cause some people I don't think have been to Oils 101. And just to let you guys know, we completely forgot to kind of mention, make sure you're commenting on the chat, just a few things. Maybe if you didn't know something or you're experiencing any of these things throughout the entire class, because we are going to pick winners at the end to win some free gifts based on the comments. So we're going to be randomly scrolling and stop on one. So if you guys want to win a few free gifts, just make sure that you're commenting on the chat there so everybody has a free chance. I forgot to mention that earlier, so that was my fault.
Well, that's exciting. I already see quite a few comments over here. So,
Hey, this is Deb again.
hi, Deb.
I wanted to, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm in and out. I'm still in Montana here, but I went in, I've been really good. The whole trip we've been really good. And I went and ate at a restaurant last night and I found out, and I wasn't good last night. It was like, okay. It's like, I don't have anxiety, but it sure felt like that. And I found out it was chemicals on salad that I had eaten. So this is what, I mean, I couldn't go to sleep. My mind was just racing like crazy. I just wanted to shut it off. It was crazy. It was like, and anyways, so that's what chemicals do. You don't know how they're going to touch you or affect you, but yeah, I experienced it last night.
Isn't it crazy that once you detox from all these chemicals, how your body will tell you, like how you're now aware, like, oh, I just had some chemicals, like I probably shouldn't have that anymore. But when you have been living this way for like so long, it's so easy to just think that how you're feeling is normal, when really that's not normal. Like you should be feeling really good all the time. Not that we don't have like
and I did because we brought our own food.
Go ahead, Deb. Okay, sorry. Okay, so when I first started, when I first started on this journey, somebody challenged me. They said, go to 3 cupboards in your house and just start looking at labels and start looking for things that like MSG and propylene glycol and triclosan, different things like that, and just go and see how many products you have in your home that has just those 3 ingredients, and just see, just to get started. And so that's what I did, and it shocked me. But I do want to say that a lot of ingredient labels can be misleading, because by law, a company has to put a warning label on the back of a product if over 50% of the animals that it tested it on died. So they're still permitted to sell it if the product was used, and they're still allowed to sell it, and it's allowed to be used around like children, your pets, your family members. But if less than 50% of the animals didn't die, then they don't even have to put the warning label on it. So that means that 49% of the animals could have died, but they get to say that it's safe for you and your family. So that actually makes me really mad. And this is something that's called greenwashing. So greenwashing is basically where a product can look natural. They might put some plants on it, some lemons maybe on the front. It might say all natural or pure, but this product can still have poisonous ingredients in it or harmful ingredients that by law, the company doesn't have to say anything about. And so a few suggestions on what you can do is you can look at a website called the EWG. I think it's ewg.org, and you can look up ingredients and see what is a better choice. I do say that you want to really look into it. Just don't go by the number, because sometimes product like ingredients are missing from there. And I think they're a little bit more lenient on like fragrances. So like fragrances, that word alone can have over like 3,000 different chemicals in it. I've also heard up to 6,000 different chemical ingredients in that one word alone. And because that word is a trade secret for companies. So companies can put whatever they want in there, but they're protected by law because it's their trade secret. Okay, so we absolutely do not let anything in our house that has the word fragrance in it. So you can use that. I do just want to put that warning out there that you do have to do some research on the products that you choose to use. They have an app called EWG's Healthy Living. This is by far one of the best things that you can have. Or you can find a company that you trust. And so the truth is that we still have to take showers, we still have to brush our teeth, wash our clothes, do all the things, clean our homes, right? But we should be able to do it without those side effects, and we can. So this is really exciting, and this is going to leave you empowered. Oh, sorry. The link to the website is ewg.org. I put egg.org. Guys, it auto-corrected me. It keeps auto-correcting me. Okay, so yes, I hope that this leaves you feeling empowered. We all have choices that we can make, and we're the gatekeeper of our homes. And so there's so much out there, you guys, that is good, but you just have to learn how to get to it. And so we're going to teach you how to do that. And so it's super exciting. So I'm going to let the other ladies here now teach you some of how to make some of these things. Does anybody have any questions so far?
No.
Do you think that's happening with a different level of organic? I feel like Bailey, you would be a good person to know this. Do you know that question?
What do you mean by that, Annette? Like ingredients in organic things, or?
Yeah, I know like some can be like 95% organic and then 5% organic. I guess I see all these like Annie's branded like everything, and it's making me somewhat skeptical. So I didn't know if like how you guys felt about that, and you know, in reality, aside from growing your own food, there might not be anything you can do about that. But I'm just curious your thoughts on that.
Yeah, that is tough because like with the whole greenwashing thing, like they know that's the direction people are wanting to go, more natural and not chemicals. So they're marketing that. So it looks all shiny and nice. And yeah, so that's why you got to be extra cautious. And some of those bigger companies have been bought out by other companies too. Like I know Burt's Bees is one that came out as all natural, and then they got bought out by, I forget who bought them. Was it Johnson & Johnson? Somebody big anyway. So it's just like, well, that's kind of hard to trust. So that's another reason why the Young Living for all the personal care product stuff is so nice, because you don't have to stress out and worry about, you know, them having those questionable marketing and things like that. So
Right. Okay.
I know that Annie's. Oh, sorry.
It's really quick. Like something to think about too with like foods, even though it is organic, like is it being sprayed with pesticides? Like that's something to think about too. Like same with other oil companies. I just can't fathom like them doing what Young Living does when they're taking care of their plants during that process before they are distilling them. I mean, what kind of chemicals are being put on them, you know, to keep the pests away, things like that.
And the to be organic, I think it has to be 3 years without having chemicals on it, and Young Living is 50 years. So that's like insane, crazy standard for the oils and things. But Brittany, you were going to say something about Annie's. Oh, Kellogg's bought Annie's. Oh, yeah. So that's like hard to trust there too.
Cool. Thanks.
It's all about those better choices. So
Right.
I like what Julie said, where she was like, just avoid processed foods, but organic is just better than that. So, I mean, you're picking the worser of the two, I guess, at that point for now, till we can figure something else out.
I like what Bailey said. It really is like it is all about making better choices, or Deb said it here. It's like you still have to live your life, right? And so like you don't want to stress out about every little thing, but there are things that you can do that like will make a big difference in your life. And so you just keep adding, like it's like baby steps, adding something better each time into your life. Okay. All right, so that wraps up the chemical part.
Am I next or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because this kind of goes along with the chemical heart, because when you get rid of all this stuff, what do you replace it with? That's the thing here. So this is an amazing little thing. Does anyone know about Thieves Household Cleaner? Who's used Thieves Household Cleaner? Let's raise some hands. Okay. Oh, look at all those hands. Dancing even. Yeah, that's how I feel about this. Whenever people ask me what's my favorite thing from Young Living, I always have to go to this. And I actually love giving this to people because I feel like everything Young Living has is amazing and helps my body. But if I'm still using the garbage and the toxic cleaners, it's that much harder to fight, you know, for these oils to help my body fight what's going on. And so if I can take some things out of, you know, away that are bad and then get the good stuff, it would be like golden. So Thieves Household Cleaner. So this is the little bottle that it comes in. And you guys, it is amazing because it makes over 20 bottles of cleaner because it's a concentrate. So, and the Thieves oil, we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but the cleaner is based off the oil, which is lemon, rosemary, cinnamon, clove. So it's got a really good smell. There's one more I can't think of. But yeah, smells awesome. So you take a cap full of this, and I'll make one right here because I'm always using this. I have 2 boys that are 3 and 4, so there's always messes to clean up. So, but this has literally replaced, like, you guys, you know how you used to have a million cleaners under your sink, or maybe you still do and you're just trying to figure out what to replace it with. This is it, because all purpose has never meant all purpose to me like this one. Like I used to have all purpose, like what was it, 409 or whatever those cleaners were. And I use it on certain things. I literally use this on everything. This, baking soda and vinegar, that's all I clean my house with ever. And if you do clean with vinegar, this smells a lot nicer than the vinegar. So, but you put your capsule in there, fill it up with water. I'm not at the sink right now, so I'm not going to fill it up. And that's it. This is a 16-ounce bottle, you guys. So 1 capsule makes your whole bottle of cleaner. That's it. And you could add oils to it if you want to make it smell like something. Like sometimes I like to put lemon or some of those citrus oils just to make it smell even brighter. So that's a fun thing you can do. But some ways that I use it, I brought my mop down here actually to show you guys. So I just take my spray bottle. So when I'm doing the floors, I take my spray bottle, I squirt the floors, and just for a quick little cleanup, if I'm doing like a heavy duty mopping, I'll pour it in a bucket and do like the whole bucket thing. But let's face it, how often do I do a heavy duty mopping? Not very often. So I spray the floors, and I just have this little push mop thing here like this. And then I just kind of do a quick clean, and I'm sanitizing the floors, and my kids help me. I don't have to worry about them. Like Alexis mentioned before, like our animals and our kids, like stepping on the things, and it, you know, we're touching that. It's soaking in through our skin and breathing it. That was the biggest thing for me too. When I clean the bathtub, I use a little bit of baking soda, and then I spray this and I scrub it out. It works amazing. But I just remember I used to clean out my bathtub with that powder stuff, and I'd have to literally hold my breath. Like I'd go in the bathroom, turn on the fan, get it going. I'd sprinkle it, and then I'd like run out, and then I'd let it sit a little bit, and I'd come back in and like hold my breath as I scrubbed it because it was so powerful. So that can't be good. And then we put our kids and ourselves in there and bathe in it. Like that's not good at all. So when I clean the bathtub with this, I don't have to worry about rinsing it out a million times to get the cleaner out. Like it's all good. It's all plant-based. So this stuff is amazing. I have a little card here. If anyone wants one of these, I can send you one. This just shows like it shows 12 different ways that you can use it. We're going to talk about laundry a little bit later. I use this to freshen up my couch, my mattress, the floors. It even works as a window cleaner, you guys. So literally just can take care of so many things. So if anyone wants this, just say in the chat and I'll mail you a little postcard here with some different uses you can use for your Thieves cleaner. So, but definitely my favorite. So I was so glad I got to talk about this. So yeah, that's all I got on Thieves cleaner. And I don't know if anyone else has any quick shouts out to Thieves cleaner before we move on to the next one.
Well,
Go Go ahead, Deb.
Out here in Montana, we use hives, and it took, she's seen his hives disappear, 50% of them right in front of her eyes when she sprayed him down with thieves cleaner.
Wow.
Can you believe?
So that's something you would never think to do, is spray a human with it.
I travel with it. So instead of using like any type, like I use it for laundry soap, I use it to like get the wrinkles out of my clothes. It works for everything, like cleaning everything. It's just one bottle that I have to bring with me. And so it makes it super, super simple.
I gotta look at 'em.
Oh, Annette says she wants to make wipes for easy bathroom cleaning. Yes, there is a great DIY wipe recipe that you can do. They do have these wipes, but you've seen that you can make them like with a half thing of paper towel. So that's a great thing to have to make easy, quick cleaning.
Even think about that. Alexis, I don't know if you want to go next, and then I can go over the starter kit and the roller last.
Sure. Yeah, let's do that. So this actually is like perfect because I'm going to talk a little bit about the laundry soap and just how you can make your laundry soap stretch a little bit further. But it's definitely something that's super important, just like how Bailey was talking about the thieves cleaner. I definitely think that laundry soap and like your dental care are like the next things that are like really important to swap, because just like how Brittany was saying, like everything that we are like putting on our skin and like using around our house, like we are either inhaling that or it's soaking into our skin. So when you put like a lotion or something on your skin, obviously that's being absorbed, but even like we're just absorbing 60 to 70% of anything that we put on our skin at all. So that means that like these clothes, if I had toxic laundry soap on the clothes and then they're sitting on my body all day, I'm going to start to soak some of that up. And it's not something that we necessarily think of, but I really noticed it when I started kind of switching out my like laundry soap. My new, the new like laundry soap that I was using was starting to kind of detox my old clothes and starting to kind of strip the fragrance from them. And so now, like when I wash my clothes in the Thieves laundry soap, this is something that like, I don't know, I think I just find it so interesting. But so now when I wash my clothes in the Thieves laundry soap, you don't get so much of that like super pungent fragrance, which is actually such a blessing. Like I had no idea that your clothes are not supposed to smell good for like 4 weeks straight. It's totally unnatural. There is just a problem with that. So a lot of our laundry soaps contain a lot of fragrance, obviously, but with fragrance, they also contain parabens and phthalates. And so it's the phthalates that are going in and they're binding the fragrance onto your clothes. And so it's a chemical that like takes the fragrance and literally like pushes it so far deep into the fibers of your clothes. And it's basically like an adhesive. Well, phthalates soak into your body. Like I said, 60 to 70% of what is on our body gets absorbed into our skin, straight into our bloodstream, and straight into just all of our body systems. And so phthalates are actually kind of like a synthetic estrogen. And so like they bind the fragrance to our clothes, but they also bind the fake estrogen to our real estrogen. So that's why like a lot of women are extremely, estrogen dominant, because the phthalates are basically taking like one estrogen and like encapsulating it. So then when it comes time for like that portion of your cycle where your body is supposed to expel and release the estrogen, it can't, because the like hormones can't break through the phthalate to be able to like expel that naturally. And so then a lot of women are estrogen dominant. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but like 9 times out of 10 when they, I don't know the exact statistic, but when they break open and do a biopsy of like breast cancer, it is always because of estrogen. We have too much estrogen in our bodies. So that that has to do with laundry soap, because when you are washing your clothes in it and then wearing your clothes all day, and then at the end of the day, you take your clothes off and you either jump back into pajamas or you jump into your sheets, your body is constantly wrapped up in these phthalates and fake estrogens and fragrance. And you're just constantly like wrapped up like a cocoon of synthetic estrogen. And so this definitely takes a toll on your body after a while. So just know that when you switch to the Thieves soap, you're not going to get hit with a ton of fragrance because there's no chemical that is binding it to your clothes. Now, if you want your clothes to smell super, super fresh after they're done, like the Thieves soap does make them smell fresh. It's just a different kind of fresh. So you guys can make linen sprays, and you can get the wool dryer balls and pop those into the dryer with essential oils, and those kind of like bounce around your clothes and kind of push the essential oils into your clothes. But anyway, to show you guys how we make it, when I first got started with the laundry detergent, I went ahead and just bought one of these. However, I realized that like not everyone does their laundry like from the same place every time. Some people like travel to their friends or parents, or maybe you like use a laundromat. So you can always just keep your old bottles too, and you can make it up in these bottles. So all you need is one of these, and this is a concentrate. So we're gonna dilute this and mix it up into 3 separate containers. You're also gonna want your Thieves household cleaner, because this will just add like and just reinforce the power of the Thieves to be able to go in and like really deep clean and like stain release and sanitize your clothes. So I'm just gonna break up the one laundry soap into 3 separate containers, as even as you possibly can get it. And then we're literally just going to add a capful of Thieves cleaner to each container. Gotta put a little bit more in here. This one. So now you've taken your bottle and you've stretched it into 3 separate containers, which honestly for my family, it's just me and my boyfriend, and we have our dogs. So we're doing laundry pretty frequently. My dogs like to, get into the blankets and whatever. So we have to go clean up their stuff somewhat often. And so we do like a normal amount of laundry, and this will last us at least 3 months, sometimes even more. It just depends on how much we're doing. I know our friend Bria has a few kids, and she's even said that like she can make this last like 3 months sometimes too. So even if you have like a full house with kids and everything, I'm sure that Bailey can also like attest to how often she is buying the laundry soap. But it definitely is helpful when you spread it out. And so now each of them just get a capful, and then you fill the rest with water. And then this will be all of your laundry soaps for the next, each one will last about a month. And then if you are like me and you just like, for me, it's just easier to keep this big glass container, which I got off of Amazon for like $15, $20 maybe. If you're like me, it might be a little bit easier to just keep it all in one container. So if you do that, you're gonna want to keep your cap that comes off of the laundry detergent. And so I always say for like a normal load, like just a regular load, you're going to use half of a capful. And if it's like a really, really big load or like a full load, you'll use a full capful. And also if it's like a heavily soiled load, like if you or your husband or whoever works with like a lot of dirty stuff or something like that, then you might want to use a full capful every single time for their laundry or just whatever. You'll kind of know, like whichever, like when you'll need to do that. If it's like a heavy load, you'll use a full capful. But for the most part, I just fill this up halfway, and then that will get us by, and we just run it once and they're good to go. And then we just put them in the dryer with our dryer balls. And I think Brittany mentioned no dryer sheets, like do not even use them. Like they're totally unnecessary. The dryer balls will like help your clothes dry faster and like knock all the static out of them and everything. So then, like I said, you just fill it up with water when you're done, and then give it like a good shake to mix it around, and then you'll be good to go. I'll probably just end up dumping all of these in here though for us.
I love that. You make it just like I do, actually. I bought one of those. It almost looks like a mason jar, but it's like that. It's like for drinks. And I just put all my laundry soap in that. And it's super easy to use. Yeah. I don't know if you mentioned too, like the fragrance-free laundry soap isn't actually fragrance-free. So they're actually putting more chemicals in to make it fragrance-free of the chemicals. Am I explaining that right? Yeah. I'm not very, I don't know. I feel like
Yeah, so basically it's like they put like a scent in there to make it smell like nothing. So it's just a masking fragrance. And so if they're making your laundry soap with like a ton of chemicals and the laundry soap smells like chemicals, they're obviously not going to want to sell that to you. So they put a fragrance in there just to make it smell neutral, and they just neutralize it. But unfortunately, the masking fragrance still has all the same bad chemicals like the phthalates and parabens and, up to, I think Brittany said 6,000 different chemicals. It is horrible what they get away with, and we don't really question it because we just see unscented, but it's not. Yeah.
I mean, I think when we got home, everyone wanted us to use Deft. I think it's Deft or Dreft or whatever for the baby. And then we switched to Free and Clear. And then when we got with Young Living, then I started using the Thieves, and there was absolutely like nothing wrong. Like nothing happened to the baby. There were no allergic reactions. I didn't have any allergic reactions, and I'm very sensitive to soaps and things like that. So I did pretty good with all of it. All right, I think I'm gonna make a wellness roller. So we're getting into allergy season and colds and flus and yada yada. So I'm gonna show you guys how easy it is to make one of these with oils that come right in your starter kit. I use this every single day on the bottom of my feet. My daughter gets it every single day, sometimes twice a day. She's almost 2 and she's maybe been sick like 3 times, maybe. So I feel like that's pretty crazy for a almost 2-year-old. And this will be one of our giveaways. So I'm going to give away this roller that I'm making right now. So what you use is, why don't I go over actually the amount of oil you should use. So it really depends on like babies, children, and adults. Like they all have a separate amount of oils that you can put in. So diluting them with like a fatty oil. So I use coconut oil. You can use olive oil, grapeseed oil, things like that. So you really want to be careful with the amount of oils that you're putting in for children or babies. My daughter's gotten pretty used to oils in general, maybe not so much the hot oils. So with her Thieves roller, it's pretty diluted. Same with a Digest for her tummy problems. And then also if you're just sensitive in general to the oils, you can throw on coconut oil on your skin and it'll help kind of slow down that. So you never want to use water. It's just going to open up those pores and speed it up. So you want to be really, really careful about that. I've never had any issues with any oils. but I know Alexis has issues with like dye dries on her stomach. It's just a little too hot for her. But is peppermint okay for you? Like you're fine with peppermint though?
Yeah, I
Right?
was gonna say it's really weird because I don't have any other sensitivity, but like as you start to use your oils, you'll kind of just have to like use discernment and just figure it out for your own body. Because a lot of people, like my boyfriend, will use like 10 drops of DiGi straight and he's totally fine. But if I use 1 drop straight, then I'll like break out in like a little bit of like a rash or something, and then I'll just use coconut oil over it and then it'll take care of it. So it's just my body.
That's me. I could throw on dye dyes all over or peppermint. Okay, but for the wellness roller, so I just got these cute little stickers off Amazon. I think there's like some for anxiety, calming, peace, headache. There's like a bunch and they're super cheap. They're super cute. They're just on Amazon. I can always link it in our Facebook event later if you guys want. And same with the bottles. I just got them off Amazon. You can get your spray bottles off of there for any size. Like if you want to make a room spray or if you wanted the bigger size like Bailey showed earlier. Actually, the link that I have for these, it comes with a Thieves Cleaner label and it's really cute. So it comes with a Thieves Cleaner label and like a bunch of other cute roller labels. So all you do is pop off the top. I just kind of popped it off. Always make sure when you're putting it back on that it's on all the way or else it's just going to leak out. So you want to be really, really careful of that. So for this wellness roller, you are 100% going to want Thieves oil. You can put 5 to 10 drops of each of these and I'm going to do 10 because we're going to make it extra special for somebody. So then I've got 10. Oops, that is the wrong cap. And then I'm going to do 10 of the frankincense. I love frankincense. It has so many uses. I'll go over the starter kit and I'll let you guys know all of the uses I use for these. And then we're going to do 10 more of the lemon. And then my mother-in-law gave me this. It's a little soap dispenser, but I put my coconut oil in it. That was her idea. It was super smart. I never thought about that. And you're just gonna fill up your coconut oil. I wouldn't fill it up all the way because you got to think that this has got to go in. So then you're just gonna pop it in, kind of shake it up, and then roll it on. I would roll it on the bottom of my feet. I would put it on, you can put it on your wrist, on your back. I sometimes put it on my daughter's back if she's going to be walking around the house. I don't really want her slipping on the oils with her feet. She's super clumsy right now. So sometimes I do it on her back if she doesn't have socks on. Yeah, you can make anything really that you want. I have a headache roller, allergy roller, a perfume roller. I mean, you can, or stress away anxiety rollers. I mean, there's so many things that you can make with them and it takes, you know, just seconds to use your oils and make them. And it kind of replaces medication for me, at least, and not having to take, you know, Tylenol or anything like that anymore. How many of you have your starter kit? Does everyone in here have their starter kit? I think everyone does. Kenzie, you've seen them plenty, right? You know. Okay, so when you get your first starter kit, obviously you've got all your oils. So again, the Thieves oil, I use this for my wellness support. So for if I'm sick or if we're in that season, I just use it every day. It's just boosting up my immunity. I use it every night on the bottom of my feet before I go to bed. Sometimes I diffuse it in the house. It's a really good fall scent, even Christmas. And I use it on my dryer balls sometimes if I run out of purification. So use that one. Citrus Fresh, I put in my water a lot, or my Ningxia water. or in the diffuser. Digize, I carry this around with me everywhere. I get really bad tummy aches and acid reflux from food super easily, so I just rub this on my stomach. I haven't had to put it in a capsule yet and take it, or under my tongue, but I just put it on my stomach. And I actually put a roller ball on top of that so it would be easier, so I'm not getting it all over my hands. Peppermint I use with lemon and lavender constantly for allergies, as well as my headaches. I used to take it for tummy issues until I found Young Living, and I used Digize for that. So that's also calms like a really upset stomach. I think, Brittany, was it you that used it in the car for motion sickness, or somebody I thought I heard used it for motion sickness and it helped them a lot using that?
Yeah, I've used it definitely in the car for motion sickness, and I have friends who use it more. I don't really get motion sickness all that much, but sometimes, like when I'm in Mexico and it's like the higher altitude and all the mountains and stuff, that's when it gets me a little bit, and so I'll throw that on and I feel great.
That's good. I get motion sickness a lot, but I don't think I've really traveled since having Young Living. I've never had to travel anywhere because of the pandemic. Lemon's really good to have every day in your water. It's really good for detoxing, as well as, again, the allergy thing. So I use those. I think I use my starter kit oils almost every single day. So I'm just telling you guys what I use them for every day, or almost every day. So don't think that these are the only uses. I mean, there's definitely thousands and thousands of uses, but we don't have time for that. So, and I feel like everybody's so different. Like Brittany always has the coolest, weirdest ways of products. Like when you told me you use the toothpaste as your deodorant, I was like, what? But it works. It does. Pain Away, but it's Pan Away. I use this every single day on my neck. I get really, really bad like neck pain from the way I have to sleep when I co-sleep with my daughter and work. When I work as a tattoo artist, I'm constantly hunched over and bent over. Like it's awful. So I use this every day. My grandmother uses it on her knees. She had knee surgeries twice on each knee, and she said this is the only thing that will help her pain. So she goes through 3 bottles of these right now a month, and she loves it. Again, lavender, I use it every single night in my diffuser. I have a diffuser right next to my bed. It helps me sleep. I use it for my allergies. I use it when I get a cut or a burn. It just is so good for literally anything. So if you're ever like not feeling well, or you have a cut or a bruise, burn, it's just the Swiss Army knife of oil. So you can use it for almost anything, and it does smell really good. So that's a good one to diffuse. Frankincense, a lot of people call it Botox in a bottle. I don't use it for that. I use it to ground myself. So actually before we started, I take a little bit and I put it right on my forehead and I bring it up into my hairline. I've even dropped it in my hairline a few times. This is also good when I feel really sick or I'm having issues in general. I also use this in a capsule with my lavender and whatever other oil I would need, like maybe lemon. Raven, really, really good during, again, the allergy cold season, putting it in your diffuser, and it smells really good. Helps you breathe. And then Valor, I use this every single day. There's not a day I don't think I use this unless I forget my oils for the day. It helps me with my anxiety, confidence. It smells really good. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when you smell things, it like rushes memories and feelings into you. So it's almost like these are what these oils are doing, but without all of the harmful effects of them. So they're like, it's doing something in your brain, and it's going, the smell is going where it needs to go to fix what it needs to fix. And then I just really quickly wanted to show you the diffuser. This is the Desert Mist. You've got your buttons on the back for your light, your on and off, and how long you want it to stop and go. I just let it run all day. I would fill that up with not tap water, but either distilled water or like a bottled water. And then you can drop as much oils as you want in there. I do usually 10 to 20 oils, like drops of oils in them. So you're not wasting your oils, as well as doing too little so you don't smell anything. So the diffuser isn't just good for like smelling, having your home smell good, but you can put your face up in it, breathe it in. If you need like that raven, you wanted to do that, you can put that in there. I know Alexis has had to do that before, where she kind of had a towel over her head and was like breathing it in when she was having issues. So if you're having breathing issues, peppermint also is really good for that. I forgot about peppermint. Really clearing you out, which I need to do that because my allergies are getting bad again. But yeah, so that is the starter kit, and how a quick way of how I use all of that every day with the oils. I go on the bottom of this with the other stuff that I don't well, I do drink Ningxia every day for my immunity boost, energy boost, and it tastes really good. I do use this every day. I don't use the Thieves hand sanitizer every day because I don't go places every day, but when I do, I have a cute little mini one with a like a keychain, and I actually just had to use that today in the doctor's office. And this is so much better than the crap that they're putting out there that's actually getting recalled. This is, 100% plant-based, and I think it just has alcohol in it, and aloe, but it's really good for you. It's
One thing about the hand sanitizer that's cool is that the alcohol even comes from our essential oils. Like, it's a byproduct of the peppermint oil. And
I didn't know that.
I found that out from a class that Amanda was teaching the other day, or a video or something. It's just part of, like, it's a byproduct of our essential oils, which I love.
I like that. I didn't even know that. Well, that's good to know. Then you have your Thieves sanitizing spray. I use this on shopping carts. I think I have one laying around the house that I spray my furniture with. You can spray your vehicle if you got a weird, funky smell. Maybe your kid left some milk or something. I don't know. I have that in my purse at all times. And then I totally forgot about these oils, your peace and calming and your stress away, that literally do just that. And I think I do use these almost every day. I just put some on before I started this class. When I do oils, I'm do a few on my feet, but I mostly am doing them on my arms, all on my chest, mostly up in this area, and then on the back of my neck. And then again, just the few that are like up in here, but mostly they're like in this area. And then I'm like breathing them in and just trying to relax. So yeah, love my little scent tent. Everyone thinks I'm weird, but scent tent. Does anyone have any questions for me about their starter kit? Are you like struggling with any oils? You don't know how to use them? You just don't like them? I mean, I don't know, like, do you guys have anything for me?
Well, while you guys think of questions, we do want to be respectful of your time. And so I just want to tell you how you can get the best deal really quick. If you aren't a member, there are 2 ways to get started. And Going Green, I just want to let you guys know, I want to remind you that Going Green is so much about a lifestyle. So when you use your oils, it's not just like a few drops every now and then. Like, you want to use them consistently if you want to see results. And you want to really start swapping out those products in your house to get cleaner, ones that are actually going to support your body instead of harm it. Because whatever we're around, and this goes for anything in life, whatever you're around, it's either going to make you better or it's going to make you worse. And so you want to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with good people. You want to make sure you're surrounding yourself with good products, things that are going to make your immune system be better, work at its best, make our bodies work at its best. And so with that in mind, if you haven't gotten started yet, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get started with either the starter kit that Michaela just went through, which is an amazing way to get started. That's 60% off. It's literally the only thing on Young Living's website that is 60% off. And so this is such a great way to get started because you also get that free diffuser and all those goodies in the bottom of the box. So I recommend that like 100%. That's the one I would go for. But Young Living, you don't actually have to do a starter kit anymore to get started with Young Living. So this is super exciting. You can actually start with something that is targeted for your needs and customizable to your needs. And so there's two ways, like I said, to get started. The first one is to place a 100 PV order, and this will get you the 24% discount with Young Living. So this will get you the discount for a whole year. And this is on all of your orders, whether you do a subscription or you just place a random order. And so that is the first way. The second way is to put something on Subscribe to Save. So this could be any amount, any PV, and PV, that is just Young Living's way. It's Young Living's currency, basically. So it's usually $1 for point, a PV point. So you can place any size amount PV order on Subscribe to Save, and that is what you'll be getting every month or every 2 months, every 3 months, and that is such a good way to get the discount. You will get the discount as long as you're on Subscribe to Save on any of your orders. So that's a really great way to get started as well. The best way, though, is to get started with a 100 PV order and subscription at the same time, Subscribe to Save at the same time. This will get you $10 back in points. You'll start earning points back on all of your products. And so this goes for anybody who is in Young Living right now. If you already have your starter kit, you guys, you have this available to you as well. Subscribe to Save. This is how we do it. This is how we get all of the toxins out of our lives, out of our houses, out of our cars, our offices. We use Subscribe to Save because this is how we get the most for our money. And it just makes it super easy. So Subscribe to Save is just a monthly ordering, a way to get a box every single month or every 2 months or 3 months, and you can put whatever you want on it for any amount. We personally will get at least 50 PV a month. Usually we go all the way up to 300 PV a month at least, just because we love getting all of the free stuff that Young Living gives us. So Young Living gives us free stuff at 190 PV, 250 and 300, and then sometimes they really get generous and do a 400 or 500 PV. So that's super exciting. But this is how we get a bunch of different things to try, and they're always just so generous with those gifts. And then it also gives us those free points back. So those points that I was starting to tell you guys about was those are something that you will earn on every subscription order that is over 50 PV. And so you can redeem those points for free products. So when you first get started from month 1 to 3, you get 10% back. From 4 to 24 months, you get 20% back. And then from 25 months on, you get 25% off. So if you're already getting that 24% discount and then you're getting 25% back in points, that's almost a 49% discount. So that's amazing, you guys. Like, there's no other store out there that does this. And so this is how I literally will grab all my stuff for each month for a couple months, and I'll save up all my points. So I have like $300 worth of points, and I'll get $300 worth of products at my front door completely for free. So this is something that has blessed our family so much when we started to do this. And so that's available to you as a member right now. And that is how literally we've gotten all of the things out. And then, as Alexis just put in the comments, when you do a 100 PV order, you get free shipping on any order that's 100 PV or more. So everybody loves free shipping. I love free shipping, so I'm super thankful for that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We can do some winners now for the giveaways. If you have any questions, feel free to keep putting those in the comments while we're still on here. But if not, reach out to any of us. We're all here to support you and help you, and especially the person who got you started. So reach out to them and ask questions away. You're not bugging us. We love to answer questions and show you where you can get those questions answered, whether that be in the team pages or in your desk reference or all the things. So yeah, let's pick some winners for the giveaways. I think Michaela has a couple, and I also have this diffuser bracelet. So it's got rose quartz on here and some lava beads and wood. So you just put your oils directly on here and you can wear it, and it'll diffuse throughout the day, and you can get the benefits of your oils throughout the day right from your beautiful jewelry. So Michaela, do you have like a certain way you want to do this, or should I just do random from the comments?
If you want to do random, like a quick scroll and then stop, I just did one scroll and stop. If you want to do 2 more.
Okay, yeah, I'll do. All right, and then we have Julie Vandeker. You get this beautiful diffuser bracelet. And then do another one.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, and Annette. Yay! What's Annette getting?
I can do the wellness roller.
Okay.
And then we just have the thieves cleaner bottle. So I'll do that really quick. I'll redo mine.
Okay.
Mackenzie.
Yay!
Buddy.
All right.
Congrats, guys.
Yes, thank you so
cool.
much for coming on tonight. We are thrilled that you're a part of our community and can't wait for you to just keep swapping things out and see how your body's gonna feel. So
Thank you. It's great information.
Thanks. It was so
Thanks,
good seeing
guys.
you.
Hi guys, that was cool. Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.